There lies the problem again, Skip. You see? Here we are again. Ja Morant refuses to accept accountability and responsibility for his actions. Again, it's somebody else. Somebody from the back seat passed up a toy gun. What grown-ass man you know play with toy guns and listen to NBA Youngboy and listen to that kind of gangster rap with a toy gun? The last person I know played with a toy gun, it didn't end well for him. That was Tamir Rice. He was a 12-year-old.
Thank you.
So now Ja want to play with a 12 gun.
Yeah.
Instead of saying, you know, if that was your argument, use that the day after it happened.
Yeah.
Say, you know, man, that was a toy. Man, that was a prop. Man, you know I don't mess around with no toy gun. So did you go in Adam Silver's office when this happened, using shotgun Willis, and say that was a toy gun? Again, Ja, just accept responsibility. Commissioner, I was wrong. I know I was just in your office 2 months ago, and I told you I wouldn't let that happen again.
Yep.
I was wrong, Commissioner. I come at you. I'm at your mercy. Whatever you decide, I'm willing to accept because I'm willing to show you that I've learned my lesson this time around. Again, he will not accept responsibility for what he did. He will not own up to the accountability that should be bestowed upon him. It was a toy gun now, Skip. Really? Really, John's camp? This is what y'all want us to believe. That was a toy gun. So if it was a toy gun, why did that guy, he had that thing? Whoa, you know, I can back it that up. So why did he do it so quick if that was a toy gun?
Good point.
Nobody believes that. All you've got to do, Ja, you made a mistake. You made another mistake. Okay, it happened. And I wish it wouldn't happen. But you've got to accept responsibility for this stuff and stop trying to pass the buck. Somebody in the back seat, why they passing you a toy? So you mean to tell me that you're going to fool around with a toy gun and somebody might think that thing real and let one off on you? For real, Ja? Is that what you want people to believe?
Yeah.
Ja's camp, come on. Y'all better than this. Just accept the responsibility. Have Ja, you come out there with that half-hearted apology that seemed like it was written by one of these AI services. Come, Skip, I just can't. See, and people say, well, Shannon, man, you just being hard on Ja. Because Ja won't accept responsibility.
Yeah.
That's Skip, a part of an apology is accepting responsibility for the wrong that you've done.
Yeah.
People at home, this got nothing to do with the Second Amendment. Okay, you got the Second Amendment. If you're not a federal officer, take your ass to a government building with a firearm and say, I got the Second Amendment, and see what they do. Go to the federal courthouse, go to a government building with your firearm on you, and you're not an official, and see what happens to you. And use that Second Amendment bulljive. The NBA is a private entity. They say no guns on the premise and blah, 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 so forth and so on. But Skip, I just can't get it, Skip. I just don't know what else we can do. I just wish I could just sit down and talk to him, and I would tell him, Ja, just accept the responsibility. Accept the punishment that's coming your way.
Yeah. Thank you for everything you just said. So, Shannon Sharpe, I still like this kid so much. I still believe in his ability. I believe in what's inside him so much that I actually gave this about 5 minutes of serious thought. I went back and I looked at the video one more time just to say, is it possible? Boy, if that's a toy gun, it's about as authentic looking a replica as I've ever seen.
Well, I thought at one point in time they were starting to put orange or red tips in guns to pass them off to make sure you know that they're fake.
Well, they are. They do.
What orange tip at? So let me get. He took it off to make it look authentic.
It's possible, but I do love your point because a toy gun like that, boy, that'll get you shot in the streets in a heartbeat. And I'm talking about your heartbeat or lack thereof. And that could be by who knows who or by policemen.
Right.
Because you just can't.
When you see a gun, nobody think it's fake.
No, not that one. Because that looked pretty real.
Yes.
To your point about the apology, whether it was real or not real, whether he wrote it or didn't, he did apologize.
Right.
So to your point, if it's a toy, heck, if it's a toy and you get caught on IG Live, you just say,
keep
hey,
it going.
it's just
That is a prop, man.
It's a toy. Look at this. And you'd hold it up to the camera. Here, look, it's just a toy. What I hate about this is, to your point, I go to a larger point of what I call enabling. It's an Alcoholics Anonymous term. It's where you just keep allowing and allowing. The people around you keep propping you back up and defending you, and you just keep sinking and sinking and sinking right back into your behavior pattern. They allow you to, they enable you to be what's wrong with you. And this smacks of that, yet again, where this is coming, she said, from the family, so someone in the family telling her. And again, is there somebody I can see somebody in the backseat, but they're going to hand up a toy gun. When you just got busted with a real gun at Shotgun Willie's, Shannon, let's just say it is a toy. How bad a look is that?
Thank you.
I mean, it's just like the dumbest thing.
It shows how tone deaf you actually are.
Oh, boy, that would be all-time tone deaf. So then where you and I part ways on this, you think the commissioner is going to come down hard on it. I hope you're right. I keep telling you, I just got this sneaking suspicion he won't come down that hard, that they're going to take into account, well, he got suspended on May the 14th. There are no games. There's nothing to be suspended from.
Yeah.
And we keep hearing it'll come sometime, day or two, whatever, after the finals.
Correct.
Okay, fine. The commissioner did say, when he spoke this last time, we've uncovered a fair amount of additional information. Well, please don't tell me that the additional information is that this was a toy gun. You know, that would be positive additional information. No. But please don't. Please don't.
No.
Okay. So to your biggest point, this is just horrifying to me because it's everything that's been wrong with Ja continues to be wrong with Ja. It's showing that he's still heading down the wrong path. It's showing that we all did get bamboozled by this report that he went to some counseling center in Florida. What?
Right.
And lasted, as you said, he drove through it and ordered and left. I guess he did.
Right.
Because he couldn't have been there more than a couple of days, and then he's up in the commissioner's office. And man, when Ja wants to turn on the charm for the adults, he can turn it on.
Did the commissioner not seem hurt that he said the man sat across from him and his entire team and said how sorry that he was? And remember, I came out here the very next day and said the best apology is change behavior.
It is.
How can you say, I'm sorry? Whatever the case may be, Skip, in a relationship, and there's infidelity one way, baby, I'm sorry. And then 2 months later, you outdo the same thing. So how sorry are you sorry, or are you sorry that you got caught? Ja, are you sorry that you did this and you learned your lesson, or are you sorry that you put it on IG Live? And again, everything shouldn't be, you don't have to capture everything and put it out there for the public consumption. I get it. Some people want to like, hey, I'm getting dressed, go to the Met Gala, hey, behind the scenes, I'm getting my makeup done, my boy cut my hair, let y'all look at this new outfit I got from T Ford. Okay, I get that. But Skip, this, why would you want to put that? Think about it, y'all. What other superstar in what other sport is out there playing around with guns? You the only one. You think that, you see a lot of guys, Skip, they start production companies. You look at, they get invested in tech, and they're invested in this, and they're starting to own this, they own that. Only Ja say, you know what, I don't want to start no production company. I don't want to invest in this. I want to play around with this thing, and keep this spy on me. Really? So you don't think, you're like, damn, man, look at LeBron, what LeBron doing. He a billionaire. And look at Steph Curry, and KD got the boardroom, and all these guys, man, they've been at this thing for a while, and ain't none of them playing with no gun. You know why? Because they got security, they got them things on them. We'll let them deal with it.
Absolutely.
Why you need to deal with that? Why you want that headache?
It's dumbfounding to me how dumb this is.
Yes!
When, to your point, LeBron gave this Ja's generation the blueprint. He just showed you. There has never been a better blueprint than the one that LeBron just drew right up for everybody.
Yes.
This is on and off the court. This is how, this is how, this is how.
Correct.
And the results are, if this, do you want success or not? Billionaire results.
Yes.
Billionaire.
Yes.
And he has won 4 championships.
Right.
So what's not to like about that? What's not fun about that? What's not entertaining about that? But you got to go this other direction because that's what your homeboys want to do, and you want to show them you're not too good for them. I'm going to do what you guys do.
Yeah, nah.
Okay.
No. And that's what I don't get is that you, with the kind of money that you make, you can have security. I mean,
No.
I guarantee you, I bet you roll by LeBron James' house, I bet you got 5 or 6 security guards standing outside. You ain't finna roll up on him.
I don't think you can see them, but they're there.
Of course they're there.
Yes.
I mean, hey,
You better believe they are.
a few years ago, I went to K Hart. Man, I had to go through so much security. You thought he was the I'm like, am I going to see K Hart? Am I going to see President Obama? I had to go through 2 checkpoints.
Well, you better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hold on, Skip. But if I feel I need to ride around in a car with my homeboys and we got to keep them things on us, oh no, I got to get up out of this. This ain't for me. Because you're trying to tell me something. Skip, you got to ride around with a car full of guys, they got a car full of straps on them. Come on now. Come on now. And Skip, that's who you are now. I get it. Now, you know, hey, birds of a feather flock together. You don't see penguins and pigeons hanging. So if I see a car full of guys and they all got straps on them, I'm figuring they do that kind of activity. They don't need old Shay Sharpe in there with them.
Ja was in the car while somebody in the car was training red dots on the foreheads of the Indiana Pacers as they walked out the loading dock behind the Memphis arena to get into their bus because they had beef during the game. And his closest childhood friend during that game had gotten bounced for good.
Yeah.
He had been thrown out for the rest of the season.
But when they hit the paper, what did they say? Ja Morant's childhood friend. Yeah. Before they mentioned his name, what did they mention? That's what I tell my team. No matter what your role is, the first thing they're going to say, Shannon Sharpe's this, Shannon Sharpe's that. Yeah. So before they got to his homeboy's name, what did they say, Skip? Ja Morant's childhood friend. You see how that went? Hold on, why I got to be brought up in this? Because you are the biggest star. It's called reflective shine. Yeah. Because see, whatever reflection that comes off you is gonna get him. So when you go up in the club and all the money's looking, they're like, well, he in Ja group. Hey, he might not be bad. He at the table with all them bottles. He might not be bad. Yep. Hey, we in the sprint of it. Let your girl get up in there. Ja, you have to understand, you have so much more to lose than them. For me, Skip, I need everybody to have to lose something. I'm not going to be the only one to lose. Because, Skip, Ja lose, you talking about $200 million. This guy, Ja, the only thing he getting is what you give him.
That is true.
He ain't got no job.
No.
For him to be able to fly around and tail around with you all the time, what he doing? Nah, you got to have a job. You ride Shannon Sharpe, you got to have a job. You got to walk the dog, fold the clothes, clean up. You got to do something. You just not going to be around me because you my homeboy. Yeah. Nah, you need a title, you need a job, and you need to be able to do something because I'm not finna take care of no grown-ass you-know-what for the rest of their life. Yes. Now, hey, my mom, that's a different story. My sister, that's a wholly different story. But a 23, 24-year-old, no. Even my kids know. No. That ain't finna take care of you the rest of your life.
So I'm just hoping, to sum this up, that if the commissioner had decided
he gonna get
on,
it,
okay, what is it? I don't know, 25 games. Let's say he had decided on 25.
He gonna get 20. He gonna get 25 to 41.
Okay. Let's say he decided on 35. I'm hoping that this gun report makes him a toy gun report. Makes the commissioner sit back and say, you know what? I think I'm going to go up to 40 games.
No, I'm going to go to 50 because you lied.
50. I'll take 50. I would take a whole season, but the
Ja, you got so
PA won't stand for
Ja, you got so much to lose, bro. Ja, come on, man. Come on, just as a commissioner, I'm coming to you, commissioner. I'm going to repent of my sins. I'm falling at the mercy of the NBA.
Yeah.
Whatever you decide.
No.
But this dude, he don't have no skin in the game, Ja. The only thing he loses if you lose.
Yep.
But if he loses, what you? Come on, Ja, man, these young kids today, Skip, some of these, not all, because Ja is not all of them. Yeah. Jason Tatum ain't out there with no strap. Some of these young guys ain't out there doing what Ja doing. So I don't want to put it on all, but some of these guys, sometimes, Skip, you have to bump your own head. In order for you to realize it hurt. Somebody can't tell you, man, if you hit your head on that iron pole, now it's going to hurt.
Yeah.
Nah, man, stop. You soft-headed. Man, that thing ain't hard. My head hard. Okay, then boom. Skip, when I saw this, I was like, really? That's what you're going to go with now. Now, you didn't do this the day after. You just said, man, that was a toy. That was a prop. Man, I'm out there playing. We shoot the music video. But Skip, I just wish you just own up, just accountability and responsibility. You wrong. Ja, I ain't telling you something somebody told me to say, bro, I've been there. I had an incident. You was at the game. I brought my ass right out here Monday morning, looked into the camera and said, man, I'm wrong. I'm sorry. I'm supposed to be the adult in the room. I'm supposed to turn the temperature down. I'm not supposed to elevate it. I was wrong. Ain't no excuse. Hey, man, this dude said this. He talked about my mama. He called me this. He called me that. I was wrong. Ja, you were wrong. Just accept responsibility, accept the punishment that would come along with it, and try to learn. Change behavior is the greatest apology. Skip, you could write an art. You could be a Dr. King. You could write a paper like Churchill or Shakespeare. But without that change behavior, it's not worth the paper that it's written on.
No. Agreed. Actions
Come
speak.
on, Ja, you're 23. Man, go get this money, man. Don't mess up your blessing. You waited all your life. How many nights did you think Ja fell on his knees? Not only him, because a lot of times people think it's only our prayer. But do you know how many times my grandmother prayed? How many times my sister prayed? How many times people in my church prayed that Shannon Sharpe would make something of himself? Ja, do you know how many prayers that God has heard in your favor? And you do this? Don't mess it up.
Remember, he knows what it feels like to be unwanted because he was lightly recruited. He went to Murray State. He didn't go to Duke or Kansas or Carolina, right?
Well, I just think every day, I think, I had my grandmother for 43 years, and I thank the Lord that I never was dumb enough to think that anything that I've accomplished good in my life was because of what I did. God heard so many prayers that I didn't even know he was listening to.
Thanks for watching, Undisputed fans. Subscribe here to get the very latest from Skip and Shannon. Plus, go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.